Gina, thank you. Healing crystals and gemstones going viral, and some unscrupulous sellers are taking advantage of this crystal craze.
So on your side, Susan Campbell is joining us right now to show us how to spot the fakes in a sea of shiny stones.
Yeah, you don't want a fake here.
No.
So here's what we know. Sometimes they do look a little too perfect. Maybe the price isn't right. There are a lot of things to watch out for, and one Sedona business owner is on a mission to make sure you know you're getting the real deal.
The sand and debris up into space that's solidified.
When Jamie Inglett started her crystal collection, she had no idea it would turn into this.
Keeps getting more popular.
The healing crystal and gemstone industry is booming, fueled in part by social media. Hashtag crystals has 20 billion views on TikTok. Jamie's up to 215,106 Instagram followers and counting.
Crystals make people feel amazing.
And she just took her online success to a new storefront in Sedona.
You don't have to believe in crystal healing or crystal energy to appreciate their beauty. All of the
Shannon Wimberly has been a crystal collector for a few years.
I absolutely know I've ran into getting fake ones, so I started scrutinizing other things more and more.
That's something Jamie's passionate about.
As a consumer, you really kind of have to do your own research.
She says you could end up with something that was grown in a lab but sold as a natural stone.
This is a lab-grown crystal we purchased from a local shop here in Sedona and paid about over $100 for this.
What should you pay for a lab-grown crystal like this?
You can probably find it online for $5 to $20.
So how could I tell if I walked into a shop that this is lab-grown?
You'll see hundreds of these, depending on the store. They'll all look about the same.
You could also end up with something that's completely synthetic, made out of plastic or glass.
I recommend asking questions, like asking the shop, where was this from? And then they should be able to at least tell you the country of origin, if not the actual mine name.
Want to see a fake?
I believe it's glass.
What makes you think it's glass?
The texture, and it just sounds different than a natural crystal. It doesn't get cold, and then unnatural dye patterns.
Here's another example.
This one doesn't have natural grooves and textures like moldavite does, and it has a very uniform shape.
Did you know when you bought it was fake?
Yeah, I bought it for an example, but they were insisting that it was natural. So you can find fakes in stores, you can find them at gem shows, so you really need to be careful if you're getting into crystals.
You can waste a ton of money.
Yeah.
So a price cheaper than what you'd expect to pay could be a red flag, but again, sometimes they end up costing more anyway because of these unscrupulous sellers. Also important to point out, a lab-grown crystal isn't a problem as long as you know that's what you're buying. You just want to have all of the information about what you're buying. You don't want, there are lab-grown diamonds everywhere that people can buy for really fancy jewelry, as long as you know that that's what you're buying, because it is a cheaper price point than a natural stone that takes millions and millions and millions of years to form in the ground.
Yeah, and to harvest, that's what's expensive about it. Very interesting.
Yeah, it sure
Thank
is.
you.
All right, Susan, thank you.